Hey there, people. I just lost my job. I worked for this company, this pizza company, for about 7.5 years, give or take. Started as a driver, then moved on to shift leader, and then eventually became a general manager. And this is over the course of like three different stores, I believe, 4 different stores, something like that. But one day I was just working, and they just came in and told me sales are down and you're being let go. Kind of came as a shock to me. I was a bit, dumbfounded. I thought it was a joke at first, honestly. I laughed in my district manager's face. I was like, are you kidding me? But no, they unfortunately were not kidding me. I worked at the store for about a year as a GM, starting in July of 2024. I put in a lot of time and effort these past, 3-4 months just trying to keep the store afloat, and they just did not care. They didn't give me any warnings, no notices, no talks, no nothing. Just kicked me to the curb and just left me out to dry. It really just goes to show, like, no matter how much you try, or no matter how much time you give, or how much you pour into your work, it doesn't matter if the numbers don't look good. These corporate people they really don't know anything other than looking at their computer screens and, in the comfort of their own home, and telling us the numbers aren't good and doing nothing to help us out about it. I was in a store with 9 other people, essentially. I had one other shift lead that was essentially able to run the store without me being there. And other than that, I was the only other manager. So with that being said, I was working about 60-hour weeks, 7 days a week, for about 3 months after one of my shift leaders left. I had been working 60 hours a day, 7 days a week for 3 months, and, I never got any help. I never got any support from my higher ups. I never got anything of assistance, or really just didn't get any help. This was all communicated to, the people above me, and they just let it go on and on and on. So it kind of just kept going on and on and on. And by the way, I did not get paid for any of the extra hours that I worked because I was salary. So essentially, I was just supposed to do what I was doing. It's not like I wasn't trying to find a shift leader. I value my time. I value my, my free time, especially. I don't want to be stuck in a store 7 days a week, especially 2 of the days where I am working 13-hour shifts, 9 to 10 p.m. It's not a fun time. We had tried to find a shift leader. One of them was just inadequate and just couldn't do their job correctly, so I had to let them go. Other people applied, and they just we were not meeting at the same wage or anything. They were applying from, diners and stuff like that, where they're paying a little bit better, but I just couldn't get these other people to get paid what they were wanting. So they obviously did not want to work for us. They were asking about the same wage that I receive, and I don't receive that much. I had even sent some more messages out to some of our candidates, and, got no shows, cancels, all that good stuff. Like I said, it's not like I wasn't trying. The worst part is that, I reached out with these struggles and got nothing in return. I literally sent, 500, 600 character paragraph to my district manager and received not a single word in response. He was asking a stupid question about something, and I just laid it out to him. I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, and this is what I can do right now. But at this point, my hands are tied behind my back because I am doing literally everything in the store, top to bottom. I've been working open to close 2 days of the week, and it's just not enough at that point for them. The fact that everything was communicated, the fact that I had marketing plans in place, the fact that, I was setting up a car meet, all that stuff, it didn't matter that, I had all this stuff laid out. It only mattered that I was executing that, and I literally couldn't because I did not have the shift leader to cover the time that would have been enabling me to do that stuff in the first place. So that kind of fucked me, like, really bad. All in all, I did everything in my power, and it just was not enough. All that just to be kicked to the curb and replaced by someone that probably doesn't even know what the hell they're doing. that they're going to have to train for 2-3 months anyways. It just does not make any sense to me, obviously, but who cares? They're probably paying them less, so it's helping their bottom line. It just kind of made me realize that effort doesn't really equal security, especially when you're working for a corporate company or anything like that, working for people that don't care about the people rather than the business, which, I mean, I get it. You have to care about the business in order to keep the business running, but also you should care about your people an equal amount, if not more. You can put in all the hours you want, you can put in all the loyalty, but at the end of the day, they'll cut you off if it helps their bottom line. That's the part that just kind of hurts the most, though, is like, I was trying my best, and it's just, they don't see that. They don't see that you're trying. They just see the numbers, and yeah. I mean, if you've ever been in that spot, you know exactly what I mean. Like, it's disheartening, to be honest. To be honest, at this point, I'm just kind of done dwelling on it. I kind of just have to get it off my chest, what I'm feeling, everything like that. You only really get one life, And what's the point of doing all that stuff if you're not going to get anything in return? Like, yeah, paycheck's good, but like, if I put in all that time and effort into the company just for them to be like, not good enough. It's like, I could definitely be putting that time and effort somewhere else where it'll be a lot more rewarding and deserving. I'm just going to try and put all the effort that I was putting that way towards something that I believe in. And, that's either making videos like this or, creating art, stuff like that. Just value your time and your efforts more than anyone else will, because that's just how it's going to be, because the world will never care about you as much as you care about yourself. Anyways, like, yeah, I still need a job or whatever to like pay the bills and stuff, but hopefully I'll get a little bit more freedom to be able to create things and get to a point where I don't have to worry about, my time not being valued or anything like that. Like, I just want to be able to do what I want to do and be happy doing it. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any similar experiences or anything like that in the comments below. Leave a like if you so please, and I'm out of here. Later.
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the craziest round of my fucking life.
I was one of the people that was pretty skeptical. I was worried. Not necessarily